Good afternoon. Yes, it is me. I've had a haircut. I can't quite remember which one. And they wanted to do my eyebrows, but I said my idea will be to backcomb them when they grow long enough, which brought a smile. I don't know why. I was being deadly serious. But here we are. Have a look at this, if you will. It is an artist's impression, excuse me, of a scheme for Garden Street in Lewes, on the site of the former Julian Dawson auction rooms. Now, the National Park said no, with capital letters. It doesn't fit in my opinion. It doesn't fit in. And that was also the opinion of the Town Council Planning Committee, which is a statutory consultee. Doesn't fit in with what is there. And Lewes Town Council spent 5 years making a neighbourhood plan, which was specifically detailed with regard to keeping things in proportion. The National Park endorsed the neighbourhood plan and consequently refused planning application for this site in Garden Street. The developer, who seems to provide no low-cost housing, let alone Lewes low-cost housing, went to appeal and won the appeal. The planning inspectorate came down in favour of the developer, but it seems obvious that they had not read the neighbourhood plan or the town plan or anything about modern monstrosities in the middle of a medieval street layout. The National Park is thinking of going to the High Court to have the appeal decision overturned. And the way things are looking, that will not be the only case going to court. The local parishes outside the National Park are already up in arms about the housing requirement being put on them. In fact, in the Times yesterday, Crowborough is bewailing the fact that more green space is being lost now than ever before. It is time to stop being an apathetic British person, if you are, that is, and do something, because while we are pleased to come out of lockdown, the world is changing more quickly than we can get out of our armchairs, and now is not the time for apathy to rule in this country. We can move swiftly on, because I've just been approached by people in the town precinct about the fact that the guy who is there with a marvellous array of plants for sale on Fridays and Saturdays has been given 2 weeks' notice to quit because he is exceeding the area allowed him by the district council. I don't understand why both parties can't put their heads together and say, all right, if you are now taking this much space, this will be the rent you pay. But they seem not to. And while one is anxious to help him, word has also reached me this morning that the fruit and veg guys, who occupy more space than anyone else, and I'm not denying they're worth it, have also been told they're on the way out. Now, those traders bring people in from Haywards Heath, from Hastings, from Brighton, from Hove, who come here to see them, some special Lewes retailers. If Lewes District Council is interested in not only regeneration, but in keeping what presently exists, surely it would do well to meet both parties and not lay down the law in an autocratic way, because this is not how to get things done as we start a new sphere of life. I'm very disappointed that the District Council is taking that high-handed attitude and seems intent on destroying Lewes as a destination shopping town for those who are interested in the quality of what they buy. It's no time for that. The department looking after precinct lets is known as Neighbourhood First. I really ought to think, I do think, that it ought to be called Neighbourhood Last, because the last people to be consulted by it are the neighbourhood surrounding the activity. And it is time Lewes District Council re-engaged with the people who pay the council tax. There's another point too. I'm sorry for that. Some time ago, I pointed out to you that Lewes District Council had been reported to the Charity Commissioners for being just under 400 days late with its returns from 2018 to 2019 to the Charity Commissioners. And an officer at district had told me, and I've seen it in writing, that they have been given until April the 21st. Hark and list a while. April the 21st was 2 days ago. And when I checked online this morning, Lewes District Council is now something like 479 days in arrears. It has exceeded the time limit put on it. And the excuse of purdah has been put forward. You may not know that rather technical term. During a period of election campaigning, members are not allowed to advance political points of view and thus obtain votes. So purdah means they cannot comment politically. However, purdah does not exclude routine council meetings where decisions are taken. But believe me, purdah is now the mask the district council is hiding behind for not having had these charity commission figures signed off. The trustees of the Mountfield Pleasure Ground Trust and the Stanley Turner Recreation Ground Trust are all the members of the district council. Yet, because of purdah, the audit panel and the district council and the trustees will not be meeting until the 27th of May, which means, of course, they're getting near 500 days in arrears with the submission of Charity Commission returns. I just put this forward as a question. If the District Council cannot administer the Charity Commission returns in adequate time, how on earth is it a responsible enough body to deal with how it spends our council tax? I really think a big question should be asked. Perhaps you will join me in so doing. Have a good weekend. I will. Bye for now.